Wouldn't be that much of a surprise if she's getting paid $500,000 for some of these gigs.
A Women in Business conference, far from the typical realm of sports, completely sold out the instant Caitlin Clark was announced as its keynote speaker, underscoring the extraordinary level of influence she now commands. This wasn't a basketball arena or an athletic summit. It was a high-level business gathering, and yet, Clark's mere presence ignited overwhelming demand, a testament to her cross-industry appeal. While her rivals simmer in frustration, watching from the sidelines, Clark is executing a masterclass in long-term strategy. As Angel Reese devotes her energy to podcasting and promoting the fledgling Unrivaled League, Clark is forging elite relationships with powerful executives who are willing to pay her over $100,000 for just half an hour of her time. Quietly and efficiently, she moves through the corporate and cultural landscape like a chess grandmaster, strategically placing pieces while others are still figuring out the rules of the game. Her vision now stretches far beyond basketball, and it's this multidimensional ascent that's leaving her competition struggling to keep up.
As far as I'm aware, for a half an hour of Caitlin Clark's time over Zoom, it's like $50K. It's like $100K minimum for her to show up somewhere. And you would be thinking, if she's showing up outside of Indiana, you would think that it's going to cost her a couple of $100,000. It's going to cost a couple of $100,000.
It means the influence of women's sports is entering an entirely new era, one where athletes like Caitlin Clark aren't just changing the game on the court, but rewriting the rules off of it. Her ability to command massive speaking fees, sell out business events, and attract elite corporate attention signals a seismic shift. Women athletes are no longer confined to the margins of sports. They're becoming power players in media, branding, and business. By the end, you'll realize that Clark's off-court strategy, quietly building a network of influence, wealth, and long-term opportunity, could ultimately eclipse even her iconic performances on the hardwood. She's not just playing the game. She's redefining the entire playing field.
A Women in Business conference has now sold out with her as a keynote speaker. Pennsylvania Chambers of Business Industry with her as the main keynote speaker.
Caitlin Clark didn't just sell out another basketball arena. She sold out an entire Women in Business conference. We're not talking about fans in jerseys or sports diehards looking for autographs. We're talking about high-level executives, Fortune 500 CFOs, Silicon Valley tech leaders, and venture capitalists, people who normally attend these events to dissect market trends, discuss economic forecasts, and network with industry peers. The moment Clark was announced as the keynote speaker, tickets vanished. Gone. Instantly. Not because of her three-point shot, but because of her presence, because these titans of industry recognized her as a business force worth learning from. This wasn't a sports venue. It was a professional conference, a space traditionally reserved for Wall Street legends, political leaders, or entrepreneurial powerhouses. And yet, a rookie WNBA player triggered a complete sellout. That level of influence is no longer just rare in women's sports. It's practically unheard of. It puts her name in conversations usually reserved for icons like Warren Buffett or Oprah Winfrey. While other WNBA rookies spend their first offseason chasing brand deals, scrambling for content ideas, or battling for relevance on social media, Caitlin Clark is doing something entirely different. She's turning down offers, not because they aren't good, but because her calendar is overflowing with higher value opportunities. She's navigating spaces where the real money moves, where old money circulates in quiet conversations and legacy deals. And she's doing it with the precision of a chess grandmaster, making quiet, high-level plays while others are still stuck in the checkers phase. You want her to jump on a podcast? Sit down with Unapologetically Angel? Show up at Unrivaled for the clout? Sure, those might have been fun, even entertaining, but Clark isn't here to be a socialite. She's not chasing hype. She's chasing legacy. And that legacy is being built in country clubs, golf outings, tech summits, and private conferences where the average attendee controls millions in investment capital. Clark's strategy is clear. Align herself with decision-makers over 40, the executives who run healthcare conglomerates, investment firms, and global brands. She's been spotted with icons like Serena Williams and Eli Manning, showing up not as a celebrity guest, but as an equal in rooms where power is traded, not flaunted. She's having private conversations with people like healthcare CEO Maria Johnson and financial strategist David Chin, people who don't just have influence, but the capacity to offer long-term, transformational partnerships. Her speaking fees alone tell the story. According to AHR Partners CEO Don Steinberg, Clark was approached during the WNBA's midseason break for a virtual keynote session. The response? Her speaking fee started at $100,000 for 30 minutes. $100,000 for a Zoom call. And people aren't hesitating. They're paying it, happily. Her presence is so valuable, so rare, that companies are battling just to get 30 minutes of her insight. That's over $3,300 per minute. For perspective, that's more than most Americans make in an entire year. And the brilliance of her team's strategy lies in the contrast. When it's a cause she cares about, she shows up for free, generating goodwill and reinforcing her values. But when a corporation comes calling, the price skyrockets. It's a two-tier system that balances authenticity with unmatched value. And it works, because she's not just another athlete trying to be a brand. She is the brand. In the past year alone, Clark's fans have identified at least 6 speaking engagements. Some in person, some virtual. And even if only half of those were paid appearances, her speaking revenue is already estimated at a minimum of $600,000. That's more than her entire WNBA salary, made in a handful of appearances without ever having to pick up a basketball. But the conference sellout was just the tip of the iceberg. Caitlin Clark is now operating at the intersection of sports, business, and culture. She's becoming the prototype for a new kind of athlete entrepreneur, one who transcends the game itself and builds an empire before her rookie season even ends. And by the time this chapter closes, it might not be her legendary jump shot we remember most. It might be the way she changed the playbook for every athlete who comes after her. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing the game, she's redefining the economics of it. While most professional athletes grind through appearances, off-season tournaments, and endorsement scraps, Clark is architecting a business empire with surgical precision. Speaking engagements have become one of her most powerful revenue streams, and the numbers are staggering. In just one season, she earned a minimum of $600,000 from speaking alone, eclipsing her WNBA rookie salary without even stepping on the court. Her income isn't just impressive, it's transformative, particularly within the context of women's sports, where athletes have historically been undervalued and underpaid. The contrast with other WNBA stars is sharp. While Angel Reese invests her off-season energy into podcast episodes and promoting the Unrivaled League, Clark is quietly constructing a speaking empire, one that generates more revenue in a single hour than most players earn in several games of overseas or alternative league play. And the brilliance lies in her selectivity. Clark doesn't say yes to every offer. If it's a random company without strategic value to her long-term goals, the price is high, extremely high. That intentional scarcity fuels demand and drives her market rate through the roof. The economics are almost hard to believe. A single 60-minute Zoom call with Clark can pay more than what many professionals make in a month, and without the travel, physical toll, or risk of injury that comes with additional gameplay. She's opted out of the grind and into the boardroom, where she can generate wealth, not just income. While others scramble to boost their profiles on social media or chase clout-heavy collaborations, Clark is leveraging her visibility into premium opportunities few athletes, even at the top, can access. Consider this. She reportedly turned down a $1 million offer to play in the Unrivaled League and instead signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike. And yet, she's making millions more from private corporate engagements, where she can command anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000 per talk. One appearance can now exceed the total value of her entire WNBA rookie contract. That's not just star power, it's elite business positioning. What truly separates Clark from her peers isn't just talent, it's vision. Her team understands brand value, and they've built a pricing model that rewards exclusivity while preserving authenticity. When she speaks for causes close to her heart, she often does so free of charge. But when corporations want her insight, they pay, and they pay big. That dual pricing model protects her image while skyrocketing her commercial value. Behind closed doors, in luxury boardrooms and exclusive conference centers, Clark is establishing herself as more than an athlete. She's becoming a high-level business mind. Her core audience isn't TikTok fans or casual consumers. It's affluent professionals over 40 with deep pockets and decision-making power. These aren't just speaking clients. They're potential investors, future business partners, and allies in industries that influence everything from healthcare to venture capital. She's not chasing the spotlight. She's building an empire. And it's working. According to Sports Pro, Clark ranks as the fourth most marketable athlete in the world, not just among women, not just in basketball, but across all global sports. That's not hype. That's leverage. And she's using it masterfully. Caitlin Clark is proving that you don't need to chase exposure when you already control the narrative. She's turned her WNBA platform into a launchpad for generational wealth and long-term influence. While others measure their worth in stats, Clark is being measured in stock options, keynote slots, and closed-door meetings with billion-dollar brands. Her model, high value, low volume, long-term vision, is revolutionizing how female athletes can build power and wealth. And perhaps the most revolutionary part? She's just getting started.